Hey guys, welcome back to my video, and today I'm going to show you guys how to make these really cute Mickey ears. But first of all, I just want to say that I have a online store. It's located on my Instagram. It's called Magical Handmade, and basically I make a lot of ears here. If you see anything that you like, go ahead and send me a DM and I would gladly appreciate making you a Disney Mickey Mouse ears. So the first thing I did was I took some tracing paper that I bought at the 99-cent store, and I basically traced out a picture that I found online of Minnie Mouse. And here I'm just taking a Sharpie and tracing exactly the face, the bows, the eyes, the mouth, and the nose. I use tracing paper because I'm not good at drawing, so that's why I need it. But other than that, go ahead and cut your trace Minnie Mouse head, and you're going to be just cutting this out entirely. So for the head, you're going to create a little template, and for the bow and basically everything. So here I'm cutting out 2 little circles for the ears, and I'm going to be cutting out 2 of them because Minnie has 2 ears. So yeah. For the bow, I'm using a glitter foam that I found at the craft store, and I'm just cutting exactly the same measurements of the bow that I have basically traced in the beginning. After you have finished cutting out basically all the parts that you need, go ahead and start putting them together just like a puzzle. So use the template that you have already drawn out as your guide on where to place things. So right now I'm just placing the ears, and then I'll be working on the bow, the eyes, and just gluing on the nose and the smile. So for the smile, I'm going to be using a string of black thread. This is basically floss, embroidery floss that you can get at the crafting store. But basically this is how I'm creating the smile, because you can't really draw on a smile on felt because it just basically bleeds out. But that's how I made the smile and the eyelashes. And the same thing with the mouse, go ahead and put it on the mouth area, and then just use that black floss that I mentioned before and just basically outline the smile. And then in the middle, go ahead and draw her tongue using a red marker. And I'm just doing this as another like extra step, but I'm just bedazzling her bow using some gems. Now that you have basically got out the way of creating Minnie's face, you can go ahead and start to work on the ears. So I just used a circle template. You can find this on the website of just Google Mickey Mouse template ears, and you can find that there. But basically I just use a template for like a half circle, and I'm cutting it out basically using my rotary cutter, and I'm just using some foam here. This is like to give it more support so it's not floppy. But I'm cutting out exactly the same measurements for this foam, and then after I'm just going to be sewing this on my machine. I'm going slowly around the curves because it's hard to sew without, you know, going out of the lines. But yeah, so this is it, and then all you have to do is just flip it inside out, insert your padding, and insert some stuffing. Stuffing, you can just use like your old teddy bear stuffing, or just go at the craft store and purchase stuffing, polyester stuffing. Just make that strip of fabric for the headband. Go ahead and just cut out like maybe 2 inches, and then go ahead and hot glue it around the entire headband by just folding the edges and the corners. Careful not to hurt yourself because the glue isn't tackling really hot. Going to be creating a bow. Just cut out a 10-inch by a 7-inch wide fabric piece, and then we're going to fold this, and I'm using a thread and I'm sewing straight down the middle. I'm gathering this fabric here, and that's how it runches up into a bow. And then I'm going to be using a small strip of fabric, and I'm going to be placing in the middle and just sewing the bow together. Go ahead and pin your ear onto your headband, and from the headband where you're exactly going to place the ear, just measure about 5 inches up. That's where I normally have my ears because I like the position it is. It doesn't look awkward, it's not too high or not too low, so just measure up to 5 inches up to your headband and then just start sewing. I prefer to sew by hand, but you can just glue it with hot glue gun if you're not really experienced with sewing by hand. But other than that, here I am just sewing the bow, exactly doing the same thing as before, just sewing it by hand. But again, if you're not really comfortable using thread and needle, because you can likely mostly poke yourself, but you can go ahead and use a hot glue gun and you get the same exact things, except you know it's glue, and I just prefer to hand sew because it just keeps things intact and I don't have to worry about things falling off. And now we can begin decorating the ears. I'm using these really cute foam hearts that say like kiss me or like hug me, you know, basically like those exact candy sweet tarts that you find at the Valentines store. But other than that, I'm just gluing it on one side. I found these at Joann's. You can go ahead and maybe probably find them if they still have it in stock. But other than that, I'm just putting it on the other ear, and now I'm going to be gluing Minnie Mouse onto the other ear. Now this is how your Minnie Mouse ear should look like after you glue Minnie on the left side, and then you glue your hearts on the right side. So now I'll be working on the tool bowl. And so basically how to add the little dots in, you must add tulle to the bow to secure that netting place for these little pom-poms. Onto your bow, or you could just basically glue it on, but I prefer to hand sew because you don't really see the stitches in comparison to you actually seeing the glue strings when you use a hot glue gun. But just basically fill in your bowl with these little pom-poms, and again I found these at Joann's, but just fill it in, and then this is going to give that nice cute appearance of little balls in your bow. And I'm using a thread here to close up the bow, but other than that is the final step. And I really hope you guys enjoyed making your own ears, and subscribe, comment, rate, and don't forget to check out my Instagram shop called Magical Handmade.